Hey you guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe so you can be notified when I go live or upload a new video. And please like this video. It really does help me out. I wanted to come on real quick and the wives gave an update on their chief, quote unquote chief. They put out a statement and an update. And because it's very small to read, I'm going to go ahead and read this real quick. And it says, after the malicious prosecution video came out that shed light on the truth of what actually happened, there was a gag order put in place to restrict our chief's right to free speech by restricting his phone privileges. Somehow the jail's administration has taken it upon themselves to place a whole new restriction banning all of his communication with the outside world. It's been over 2 weeks and Eligio hasn't been able to contact any of his family. No phone calls, no messages, and no visits. He did nothing to violate any of their rules of the jail. Now we have no idea how he is doing. Please help us. They have him on administrative lockdown. If anyone knows about this or has experienced a similar situation, please contact us. Now, let's just start off at the beginning here where they're talking about the video I'm assuming that Effery put out. And in that video, I don't know how many of you guys have seen it, but it actually shows the body cam, the police body cam of the first time that Natiri, I believe it's the first time that Natiri tried to make a report. And so I'm guessing that as a result they somehow got a court order, put a gag order, but Georgia, and I was kind of reading over some of their laws on when it comes to public records. There is a law that the public, the citizens there have a right to open public records. But when it comes to pending cases and when it comes to the police body cams, there's a fine line there. And the police can release it if they want, or they don't have to. But it's a pending case. So as far as there's a pending case there, I believe that they don't have to release anything unless it's done by court order. And so I'm going to assume, and I don't know how all this played out. I don't know how Efru got a copy of that, the police body cam, but she did. And she released it online. Now, some people would say that that's it could be interfering with the case. Some people might say it's in the Constitution. People have a right to free speech. But when there's a pending case, it's a very fine line there. And so I believe that when they were going through all of the like back and forth, like I guess the defendant was requesting what the prosecution has, all the evidence they have, and all of that, he must have gave Ephraim a copy of that. I don't know. I do not know. Maybe the attorney gave it to her. I don't know. I don't know how she got a copy of this, but it had to have been by either him or his attorney. And that's what I'm going to assume. And that's just my opinion. I don't know. But now, once she had it in her possession, is she legally allowed and has a right to release it to the public? Now that's the question. Is by her releasing that, does it interfere with the case in any way? That is the question. And I think that people have a right to defend themselves, because in many cases, these attorneys, unless you're paying them a lot of money, they're not going to do it. And so I don't know, if this would be considered his way of defending his case, or if he's just trying to get the public on his side. I don't know why they did that video, or I don't know how they obtained all that information that they did, but like I said, I'm assuming that it was given to them by either Eligio or his attorney. So, because of that, they're gonna put him. I guess they took away the phone privileges. I mean, because I know they use the tablets now, and I don't know if Georgia State uses those, like the jails and the prisons, like the tablets. Is he like uploading this video that he has into this and then sending it like information to Ephraim and like the wives? Because if he's doing that, and he's not really supposed to, because that is like still a pending case, then they did the right thing and went in and got the gag order, because they don't want the public to know certain information, probably. And but see, that goes to, once a defendant has all the evidence against him in his possession, is that defendant allowed to use that information how he wants to? Is he allowed to turn it over to the media? Is he allowed to make it public? These are the things that is kind of like the fine line there, when there's an open case. So, that's. Leave in the comments section. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if there's something that that I don't know about this law that pertains to public records in Georgia, because that was my understanding, that it's a fine line there, and you don't want to cross it. So, but then once they took away, and a jail has every right to take away phone privileges, right? They do. And they're saying that he didn't break any rules, but are they forgetting that we already know about the numerous rules that he's been trying to break? He had a one of those things flown over. I know what it is, a drone. He had a drone flown over the freaking fence. Why the wives are not in jail, I don't know. I mean, if that really happened, And I'm sure it did, because he's got new charges on him, as far as I know, and I've heard. But why are the wives not being charged? Like, that is like a serious offense, you know? And maybe they are looking into prosecuting them, but maybe they chose not to. Maybe um, they couldn't. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I know for a fact if somebody brings in drugs into a prison, they should be going. They 10 times out of 10, they're going to prison. There's no. Mm-mm. But now, not only now she's saying not only is his phone privileges being taken, but now he's on administrative lockdown, and he's been on that for over 2 weeks, right? And that's another thing. They're, they have every right to put any prisoner, even for no reason, they can put a prisoner on lockdown for administrative lockdown for any reason. It could be for any reason. But 9 times out of 10, it's because they're breaking the rules. They're doing something. Even if you backtalk a guard, you can get put in administrative lockdown. If they feel that you're making political trouble, if they feel that you're doing anything to, like, if with the gag order, if they feel that he is going against that order, they have every right to put him away from the general population that's there inside the prison, and to take his rights, and where he can't communicate at all with the outside world either. That's what administrative lockdown is. You are void of human contact almost 24 hours a day. Eligio Bishop is not the first person to be put down on lockdown, or put in the hole, as we call it. Put in the hole. He's not the first one, and he won't be the last. He's okay. I honestly, I don't agree with them doing that to a human being. Honestly, I don't. I don't think that they should put a human being in total isolation like that, away from other human contact. I think that's like like, I don't know. I think that's like a kind of like torture. I don't know, but he's getting 3 meals a day. He's got a roof over his head. He gets his little showers. And these wives, I mean, where are they? We don't even hardly see them anymore. Do they have a roof over their head? Are they eating? Are they able to eat? They need to just let this man go, and they need to get on with their lives. He's going to be okay. They're not going to do anything bad to him. He's all right where he's at. Believe me. He is where he needs to be, in my opinion. Now, I don't know how this case is going to work out. I don't know if, Effrey came out with a statement before saying that they were willing to drop or lower the charge on the R. I don't know if they're going to do that. I don't know if they've done that. But we're just like everybody else. We just have to wait and watch how this case unfolds. And so far, he's keeps digging himself in a deeper hole, and he's doing it to himself. And not only is he doing this to himself, but he's dragging the wives with him. Why? He needs to let them, if he cared anything about them, which we all know that he don't, in our opinions, he just needs to, he would let them go. Tell them to go on with their lives. You know, these women are, they have got to wake up, snap out of it. You know, drink some coffee, wake up. Because they're in for a long road, a long ride waiting this one out. Because the more, you know, if he was not having that drone flown over, if he was doing everything he could to be working on his case while he's in there, it's possible he could have probably already been out. And how do they know? I mean, you know, I'm sure they've been calling. Are they not telling them why he's on lockdown? I mean, could it be something, you know, where it's mental, where they have to keep an eye on him for that reason? There could be for a variety of reasons. But the wives are never, they only tell you what they want you to know. And they don't tell you the full story. They've never come out and spoke on the drone situation. And not anywhere in this statement did they tell you why he is on administrative lockdown. They put out what they want you to know, and they don't put out the full story. And so, with that being said, you know, leave in the comments section. Let me know what you guys think. I get frustrated. You know, I did not want to do no more Eligio Bishop videos, but I feel like we just need to just stay the course and find out what happens, what's going to happen, because you know, I don't think any of us are really just gonna really rest easy until we want those wives. We want the women to, I'm not going to call them wives. These women, we need them to wake up. We need them to be okay. We need them to get whatever help it is that they need. Because this sinking with the ship, as Malia calls it, with the whatever, if the captain goes down, we go down with them. You know, I've always, and I told you guys this before, I've always had a bad feeling about these wives. If anything was to happen with him, if he was to snap his fingers and tell them to do something, they're going to do it. Because, and you guys know what I mean. And this is what I'm really afraid of. I'm afraid of, because they have put subliminal messages out there before, that this is something that they would be willing to do. And not one of us wants to see that happen to these women. We don't want to see another Jonestown. We want these women to be okay. And then you have Loyal, and look what happened to him. He's not here anymore, and it's likely because of this case, in my opinion. He is in there and he's locked up, but he still controls the these cult members. He still calls the shots from the inside. And I am happy that they cut off all contact. I've said from the beginning that that's what they should have been doing. And I think if they had done that, Loyal probably would still be here. I don't know. But in my opinion, I believe so. So, with that being said, please leave in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that, he can use once they do discovery in this case and the defendant gets all of the discovery and the information? Is he allowed to do with that what he wants to? Is he allowed to turn that over to the media? Is he allowed to use this to defend himself publicly? Just leave in the comment section. Let me know if you think that he is allowed to do, if a defendant is allowed to do that. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful night. God bless.